What's ripening, YouTube? So today's video, I want to do something a little bit different, and I'm here in the office, and I want to talk about a recent design that I did. Actually, it's one that's being installed right now, and the main point that I wanted to go over is access, and I want to talk about form and function. In this particular property, I think it's like 2.5 acre site. You can see the main house here, guest house. And then I've got aerial imagery overlaid. If I move, you can see kind of where it goes away. And what I did here was I delineated the edge of the canopy. That's what this dotted line is. So you can see there's sunny spots here, mostly wooded, a little bit of sun over the house, and then a big sunny area in the back. And what we did was design this area. Now you could make a food forest however you want, but if you get to a scale like this one is, this is probably an acre of food forest. Let me go to the other page. Here's the actual design. When you get to scale, you really need to think about your access. So there's a form here, but there's a function. If you look here, this is the main house, and there's a corridor that comes through the woods, and it comes through. You want to make sure you're designing yourself a way to get in and out, especially with something this size, because you're probably going to use some type of vehicle or tractor or something to help you with your maintenance. Now, you don't have to. This is just the way that most of the projects we do. We use a lot of wood chip mulch because a lot of our projects are in town, and access to that material is available. And in this case, she's getting it for free from local tree trimmers. And the big thing is you got to be able to move it. You know, obviously, if you're moving it by wheelbarrow load, that'd be one thing, but that's not what we're dealing with here. So in this case, there's a central path. It's got to be at least 10 feet wide. In my opinion, the wider the better. Having that access is always helpful. And if you'll see that the main path kind of just rolls around the back, and you have more than one way to get to everything. I did that on the north side and on the south side. And this is actually a corridor that leads to where she's got like a duck pen, chicken pen kind of animal area down here at the bottom. This is obviously not a zone 1. This is a main kind of like a zone, what would you say, like 2, 3, maybe into the edges would be 4. This is kind of a mixed orchard, definitely not any kind of row crops here. This is all going to be perennial vegetables underneath fruit trees. There's going to be some chop and drop species there. And then in the shade, she's going to have kind of a more shade tolerant stuff, you know, bananas and Monstera deliciosa and different things like that. But that's the big thing is keeping track of your you know, in this case, we have a nice form here. It looks kind of like a fern leaf pattern, but the function is that everything's accessible. And that's what I want to hammer home for you guys. If you're doing a bigger project, make sure, even smaller projects, just make sure you have a way to get to things. I know in my past, you know, like my first house that I ever planted up, it got so messy. I couldn't even I couldn't even see if there was fruit. I couldn't even get in there, you know. So I encourage you to keep that in mind, and hopefully you'll have a successful food forest experience. That's it for now. Let me know if you liked the video. Obviously, it's, you know, a little bit different format, but if you like it, if you want to see more design kind of concept stuff, I'm happy to share that kind of stuff. This is what I do basically for a living now. So I'm going to be working in this realm. If you want to see more of what we're doing, I'm kind of going through so you can see kind of like a species list. This property was up near Tampa. We went through and showed how many yards of mulch we needed. There's some notes here. This is kind of a general site plan for this type of property. I do all types of different designs for different scenarios, whether it be, you know, a small, you know, 1/4 acre lot or up to 30 acre agroforestry business. Actually, the one I'm getting ready to do right now is a 65 acre property. It's an old citrus orchard, and we're going to be converting it and doing a whole bunch of cool stuff there. So anyway, let me know if you liked the video, and I'll see you next time.